Welcome back to the channel, everyone. It is an early morning for this late night gringo. And yeah, so it's day. It's here. It's finally here. So we're going to live stream some stuff here. It is Inauguration Day, so I figured I'd get up nice and early, which is something I'm not used to doing. So if I look a little weathered, there's a reason for that. So south of the border, still an American, still want to watch this, still want to see what's going on. So hopefully we all have some fun watching this. And if you're at work, sorry to hear that you don't get to watch this. But yeah, we're going to pop in C-SPAN's feed here, and hopefully it doesn't get us into any trouble. But it is what it is, right? And we'll get to it in a second. But yeah, President and the President-elect are at the White House at this moment in time, and they'll be on their way soon to the Capitol. Gotta get my bracelets on. Should have done that before, but I didn't. What are you gonna do? My rings too. They're my lucky rings. So let's see if we can get some things going here. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. And I don't have any sound on for that because, we don't need it. There's the Marines. How you doing? Well, I think those are the Marines. The Navy. Just military. Oh, looks like it's all sorts of ones. Nice. Excuse me for that. Like I said, very early. You're going to hear a lot of noise there downtown Mexico here. So it is a noisy day in Mexico today. You got this people coming by, so I'm going to mute this for a second. All right, I think we're good. All right. Yeah, lots of people. So yeah, they're still waiting. They're having afternoon, they're having morning tea. I guess Trump and Vance, they were at St. John's Chapel or Cathedral. I don't think you call it a cathedral. It's a small church, and I've actually been there outside the White House. It's right outside the grounds there in Trafalgar, right in a little square there. And it's the little yellow church there that a lot of presidents visit, and they were there for their morning mass. I actually got pictures that they released. The first time you've ever gotten pictures of that stuff before. So it was interesting to see everybody sitting there. So it was nice. So yeah, you know what? Actually, we're going to try something here. Well, everybody files in. Back with it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that's better. So it must be a real interesting conversation. President, President-elect, Vice President-elect, all sitting in the White House. Now, if you didn't hear the news, I won the bet. I won the bet today. My son and I had a bet. I bet that President Biden was going to issue at least three more preemptive pardons before he left office. And as of last night, he hadn't. So my son was very confident. He's very much into wearing hats. You see, we always wear hats, but he loves baseball hats, things like that, collecting all the different teams. And he said if he won, he said it wasn't going to happen. And if he won, I owed him a new hat. I said, that's fine. And if I won, he owed me dinner. We'll just go down and have some tacos at the Taqueria. And as of last night, he went to bed pretty confident. And you know what? I woke up this morning, and there are some preemptive pardons by Joe Biden. I was right on the money, really. I actually said that there would be one for Anthony Fauci, Dr. Anthony Fauci, to protect him from any litigation for all his lies and everything that he had during COVID. There would be one for Liz Cheney because of the January 6th, crap that was all basically, it was all orchestrated. It was all bullshit. And it would be one for his brother, Biden's brother. Not his son, but his brother. I came real close to being almost 100% right. Still won the bet. General Mark Milley was given a preemptive pardon for anything today. Let's see here. Dr. Anthony Fauci was given a preemptive pardon for any of his stuff. So he can't be prosecuted for any of his crimes against the country and for maybe perjuring himself in front of Congress. And it looks like the entire January 6th committee were given preemptive pardons. So it really begs the question, last minute, right as you're walking out the door, you sign these pardons. Now, that's his right. He's the president. He can pardon whoever he wants. He can make preemptive pardons. The Supreme Court's already said you can make preemptive pardons, even though that sounds like, you're pardoning somebody for something they haven't been charged with. So it's sort of like, all right, you're guilty. Wait, we get the doors opening. People coming out. Here come the first ladies. Or the first lady-elect is they call her Dr. Jill Biden. I guess she's a doctor of English or something like that. I mean, I got a degree in English. It's Melania. I think that's Melania. Can't really tell. Yeah, that's Melania. It's Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, they got him in. Man, it must be freezing out there right now. I mean, I feel... God bless these agents. God bless these people out there that put their lives on the line. And nothing but respect for them. Man, it's got to be chilly as hell. Like, they can't really wear overcoats because they're restrictive, right? There's the press. I mean, you see the press out there. They're bundled up like they're on the Hoth system in Empire Strikes Back. They're like waiting for the AT-ATs to fall down, to attack. But Washington, D.C., my wife and I visited Washington, D.C. twice in the last, I think, 4 or 5 years. Yeah, twice. And it's an awesome place to go visit. Yeah, it's the areas outside the monuments and things like that in the White House. Yes, there's a lot of homeless. Even right outside near the White House, there's a lot of homeless, and you get some weird stuff here and there. But it really is, as an American, it was awe-inspiring. It's probably my 4th time I've been to Washington, D.C. all my life. But as an adult, and then being there with my wife, who just took the oath of citizenship to become an American citizen, and they had just opened up the Supreme Court, so we got to go and tour the Supreme Court. And we actually had lunch inside the Supreme Court. They got a cafeteria there, so it's really cool. Walked around the White House. We didn't get to go inside the White House or tour the White House. That place is on lockdown. They still have the fences up from January 6th. It was weird. The Lincoln Memorial, incredible. Jefferson Memorial, incredible. Washington Memorial Monument, incredible. The World War II Memorial was awesome. Actually, my wife yelled at some foreigners. she just becomes an American citizen, and she starts yelling at foreigners. We had some, I don't know, Chinese, Japanese, they were from some Asian country. That was obvious. But they were climbing up onto the World War II Memorial and doing little Instagram poses. And my wife's like, get the hell down off of there. People died. And you just treat it with respect. I mean, they were treating it like they were just, it was really weird. But anyways, here comes there's Kamala. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. There's J.D. Vance, our vice president-elect, and who I think will probably be if 4 years go really well, I mean, you got to think that he's the heir apparent. He's like, no, Kamala, you get in. I'll go around. He's just, you got to love him. But you think if these 4 years go well, the country turns around, you got to think that he's the guy to take over. He's going to be the Republican nominee in 4 years. And so hopefully, it goes well. And the technology in those cars is stuff you don't know. Look at those tires. Jesus. Go four-wheeling in that thing. No. A little awkward, right? See it come out or walk out. Where's Doug? So Biden and the president-elect will travel to the Capitol together. There's Speaker Johnson entering in, of course. I was actually, we talk, people ask me, like, what's the importance in these third in the line of succession? But there he is. Definitely an upgrade over Nancy, that's for sure. So the little gringo will be joining me soon, but, what do you want? Millennial, Gen Z, whatever he is. You set an alarm, that means he gets up an hour after that. So he's still in the shower trying to wake up. I'm Gen X. We wake up whenever the alarm goes off, sometimes way before. All the dignitaries filing in. One person I saw was Linda McMahon, which, if you don't know, Linda McMahon is the wife, I guess, not yet ex-wife of Vince McMahon, the guy who created wrestling, WWE. And she served in the first Trump administration. So I seen her walk in. That was interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see her confirmation hearing, see if any of the WWE stuff comes up, the scandal, Vince McMahon, all the harassment stuff and all those lawsuits. And I mean, you got trafficking allegations. So it'll be interesting to see that confirmation hearing. So you get all of Congress showing up. So they get the rotunda. So inside it's beautiful. They just finished it. It took years to renovate it, but you go in there. It's a beautiful building. If you ever visit the Capitol, what I learned is that there's a path. There's Hakeem Jeffries is the minority leader in the House for the Democrats. But what I learned is that when you walk in, when you go visit Congress, when you go visit the building, I want to take the tour. There's a specific pathway down through the back, right across the street from the Supreme Court. It's amazing how close these things are to each other. Literally right across the street. And so you walk down in the path, you walk in, you go take the tour, you walk around. It's beautiful artwork and things like that. And there's places, and it is also a cafeteria there if you want to eat there. Okay, I prefer the Supreme Court. They had great sandwiches. Had a great chicken salad sandwich at the Supreme Court. But what I learned is that when you're outside walking around the Capitol building, they get a little touchy. If you get too close, I didn't know that. So I kind of meandered too close to the building and I was near one of the windows. And I guess I look like someone they don't want near the building. So Capitol Police were all pissed off at me. However, my wife was able to infiltrate Nancy Pelosi's press conference, which was very interesting. So there's a little area outside of Congress, little grass section. People come out, they do the little press conference, they got a little press pool area. So she and I are walking, and I walk one way and she walks the other. There's Nancy Pelosi, a bunch of Democrats. This is a couple of years ago when she was still Speaker of the House. Literally the Speaker of the House. Third most powerful person in the country, to put it mildly. So she's there doing some sort of event. Capitol Police everywhere. They come over to me, and I'm surrounded by Capitol Police because I'm too much near this place, even though I'm just watching. I'm not doing anything. I'm an old man. I'm hobbling around, so I can't even move that fast. But sorry, so I got Capitol Police on each side of me. Meanwhile, my brown wife, 5'0" brown wife, snuck around a bush. She outsmarted Capitol Police, Secret Service. Oh, here we go. Amy Klobuchar, Senator Amy Klobuchar is escorting Trump and Biden to the car. So my brown wife just became an American citizen, literally sneaks around a bush, gets into the press pool. She's literally in the press pool, 3 feet away from Nancy Pelosi and all her, whoever else was there. And then as Nancy's walking away, my wife actually approaches Nancy Pelosi and gets next to her. Literally right next to her. Now, my wife's not a fan. She's just like doing this for shits and giggles. And security was like, who's this woman? And, they were about ready to move my wife. And Nancy Pelosi says, no, she wants a picture. So my wife actually has a picture with Nancy Pelosi outside the cap. She just literally walked up to the Speaker of the House. No one stopped her. Meanwhile, me, American citizen all my life, pay my tax. I'm being stopped by Capitol Police. I'm literally surrounded. And I literally, as my wife's walking back, I look at the Capitol Police. I go, you let her get next to the Speaker of the House, but me, I'm the bad guy. So it was actually quite funny. We do have I should get the picture at some point. It was really funny. But it's a beautiful city to visit. To visit the monuments and do that. I definitely recommend that. Don't go outside the area. Like I went down where they're having the rally with the Capital One Arena. Our hotel was down near there. We walked down through. Like it gets sketchy. There's a little Chinatown section too near there. Good decent food. It gets sketchy. You get some things, but also it was really cool. The Vietnam Memorial, the wall there with all the names. They have there are veterans there selling things. You help them out. You buy a pin or a button, and I don't have any of the pins on me. I actually bought a couple for my, the different departments. You get a pin. Oh, there's Elon. Hey, Elon. you want a CIA pin or an FBI pin or Office of Naval Intelligence pin or something like that, or Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State pin or Department of State. But these veterans they're there, they're selling it, and they're really good dudes, all really good dudes. And you talk to them and you buy a couple pins, a couple magnets. It's quite moving. It's quite moving when you start walking that wall. They have the other, they have World War One. They have the Korean War memorial there, all in that same section. But it's an amazing place to hang out. Sitting on the steps when the sun starts going down, sitting on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial as if you look straight out at the Washington Monument. It's I've been to a lot of capital cities. I've been to Paris. I've been to London. Mexico City, of course. A few others here and there. Rome. They're all beautiful in their own right. They all have their own sort of attractions. But none, for me, and maybe I'm an American and I'm prisoner of the moment and I'm a little biased, but no capital city really conveys, I want to say power, but I don't know if that's the right word. It's just, there's something about Washington, D.C. You know that this is the pinnacle, right? You can go to London, you can see Buckingham Palace, you can go to Paris, you can see the Champs-Élysées, they walk down the street, you can see the Arc de Triomphe. You can go to Rome and see the Supreme Court building, you can see the Colosseum, and I've seen all those. Mexico City and the Zocalo and the Grand Presidential Palace. None of them compare to Washington, D.C. and just the grandiosity of it all and the feelings you get. And then you walk down that Pennsylvania Avenue, you get all the there's the State Department building, there's the Treasury Department building, and all that. So if you ever get a chance to go to Washington, D.C., and I think right now with Trump being elected, him going into office, what you're going to see is a lot of those barricades torn down again. And I know a lot of the fencing was torn down already, but some of it was still up. But I think you're going to see a little bit more open, a little bit more accessible Washington, D.C., despite the threats and things that are going on. But yeah, if there was a city, I could say there's two cities in the world, two cities in the United States, on the East Coast at least, that I would say I would go back to visit. It would, Washington, D.C., and of course my home of Boston. Catch a Red Sox game or something. But I would love to bring my kids to Washington, D.C. and be able to walk around there. Actually, hopefully one of my kids is actually going to be working in Washington, D.C. Hopefully. He and I are going to take the Foreign Service exam. I'm taking it because I've taken it 7 times and passed it, but just because you pass the test doesn't mean you actually get accepted by the State Department. But he's going to take it in a couple of weeks, and hopefully he passes and gets through the process and gets to go work at the State Department under Marco Rubio. So that'll be good. But here we go. The Beast is heading there. The time is ticking. The clock is running out on Joe Biden. It's pretty much run out. Like I said, really surprised with the, actually, I really wasn't surprised. My son was really surprised that the preemptive pardons came, and I knew they would be last minute. And we can talk about those all we want. But to me, it just says these people did something wrong. They're afraid. If I didn't do anything wrong, why do I need a pardon? If I didn't lie to Congress, why do I need a pardon? If I didn't manipulate the system, why do I need a pardon? If I wasn't responsible for the mess and then profited over getting it cleaned up, why would I need a pardon? It's freezing out, and you still have all these people lining the street. They know there's not going to be a parade until they get to the Capital One arena later on. They know, by the way, when he gets to the Capital One arena, not only is he going to talk, he's going to sign executive orders in front of everybody. So mass deportations actually begin today. They actually begin tonight. So yeah, they really cut down on the crowds on what, just by saying there was not going to be a parade. There was not going to be anything outdoors. It's too cold. They were afraid for people to get sick or hurt or injured from the cold. But, however, I would have to say that I think there's a lot more to that. I think there were some security risks and some security concerns, And here we get the inaugural ceremonies. This is the official thing. It's just we got C-SPAN up here. You know, and this is what we got. But yeah, the clock is run out on Joe Biden. He's only got a few minutes left. This is his final ride, baby. His final ride. He's out of there. So, excerpts of President-elect Trump's prepared remarks. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success, a tide of change is sweeping the country. Today, I will sign a series of historic executive orders. Yeah, he's going to sign a bunch of executive orders. This dude here. Today, I will attend the inauguration of Mike Pence. Oh, Mike Pence is actually going to be there. Celebrated a peaceful transfer of power. I bet his wife is not going to be there. His wife was giving Trump death stares at the Carter funeral. Vivek is there. Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles is the chief of staff. Again, ran the campaign for Trump, and the whole thing. The people coming out saying Republicans don't like smart, strong women, and you got Susie Wiles becoming the first female chief of staff. So go screw yourself, all you liberal progressive pieces of crap that think that we're all misogynistic, friggin' mouth breathers. I'm the first to admit that the best part of me is my smart, intelligent, beautiful wife, who's a lot stronger than I am. And wherever she's out and about right now, so she knows. She's probably watching this live. She actually had to visit family, so she's probably watching this live as well as she visits family in another state. But yeah, there's the beast. Yeah, I've walked down that street. It's, again, beautiful. In January, friggin' cold. Definitely not a place you want to be hanging out for too long. But you got all the barriers, see all that fencing that's up. And I think a lot of that's going to be coming down. You see, you get over on the left there, you got people interviewing people. We don't really care about that. All we care about is a motorcade. And again, yeah, I'm not usually up this early. Most of you that have been with me, you know that I have a condition that causes me to have insomnia. So I usually don't get up this early. That's why I do late night with the Gringo. But one of those days. The most eventful. I shouldn't say this much. I mean, I remember when Obama was first inaugurated, I had the day off from work. So I woke up that morning. I don't know. I didn't vote for him. So somebody was pissed off at me. So this was when I was back living in Massachusetts. I get outside. All my windows were smashed in my car. They were just smashed in. I'm like, what the hell did I do wrong? I didn't vote for the guy. Anyway, so that's where I spent watching Obama get inaugurated for the first time, was in an auto body place, getting my windows replaced. Out of the blue. Of course, probably the most, like I said, most eventful inauguration I've ever had. Just going like, why? So yeah, those steps right there, you get near those steps, the Capitol Police will stop you if you're a tourist. Even on a normal day when nothing's in session, let alone this right now. But yeah, they're always all around. But underneath the Capitol is where you go as a tourist, and again, very cool. I don't recommend the cafeteria at the Capitol. I recommend the cafeteria at the Supreme Court. And plus, if you walk behind the Supreme Court, there's a lovely little neighborhood. Offices, little apartment buildings, things like that. But there's all these little diners that, congressmen and their staffs will go and visit and eat. And we actually ate at a few. Little diner, you want a nice breakfast, get it right there. You want a nice hamburger, you get it there. So yeah, they're getting ready to get him in. President Thomas Jefferson's first inauguration in 1801 was first take place in Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's because Adams was the second president, was the first to live in the White House. George Washington, the capital, he was in New York. Yeah, come on over. Little Gringo is ready to come on over.
Should I put my chair there, or should I just sit on the bed there?
You can do whatever you want. I don't care.
Gringo's a little hard.
Just be careful with the wires. Here, give me a chair.
Don't worry, I'm not going to step on nothing. I missed the motorcade.
Yeah, they're there. There's Joe and there's Trump. They're going in the building.
Oh, he's awake? I thought they'd have to wake him up.
They
probably did.
I was just giving people a tour, but there it is. There he is, walking in. There's Amy Klobuchar again. I'm not sure why she is so important. Be careful of the black wires.
Yeah, I figured.
Not sure why Amy Klobuchar, senator from Minnesota, is there in such a prominent place. Personally, I think she's not really that good of a senator. Oh, there's Kamala. Oh, hi, Kamala. Doesn't it suck? Must suck.
Hello.
Hey.
Am I in frame? Yeah, I think.
Oh,
I'm in
yeah,
frame.
you'll be. I think you're in frame. We could check.
It looks like I'll be in frame. The stream's a little behind.
Yeah, you'll be right.
We have no sound for this. Well, they have sound. We don't.
They have sound. We're just watching because we don't want to be copyrighted.
This is true. I don't think we can get copyrighted.
No, we can. We can because things can be because logos and things like that. I mean, that's why I put on C-SPAN instead of like Fox or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Because there's Melania being escorted in.
I'm assuming you already talked.
Is that Doug?
I think so.
Is that the second gentleman, Doug? He's like, shh, what am I going to do now?
Can't sit around at home anymore.
Damn.
Oh,
JD and his wife.
There you go.
I mean, he's got to be excited today. He's going to become vice president, and he's going to watch Ohio State play Notre Dame in the game tonight.
Granted, I want Notre Dame to win.
Yeah, we want. Yeah. For those who don't know, like I said, I used to work for Apple, and I used to run the store in Mishawaka, Indiana, which is literally right next to. It's literally Mishawaka and South Bend. They might as well be the same thing. So it's the Notre Dame Apple store is what I used to call it. I used to love working Saturdays when there was a Notre Dame home game because no one would come shopping. The whole town was just, that was it. Oh, Dana White. There we go, Dana White. And
who's that?
Who's Dana White?
No, not Dana White, the lady.
The Yoko Ono looking lady?
Yeah,
no idea who that is.
Quite the eccentric outfit, no?
That's a Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club band right there.
Without the color.
Yeah. Wow.
Ah, all right.
That's interesting.
Is that Jared? No, it's not Jared. No. I'm bad with faces, people, and I'm terrible with names.
Well, I saw Linda McMahon walk in earlier, and I was talking like her confirmation hearing ought to be interesting.
They probably will talk about her husband, huh?
Yeah, I mean, how do you avoid it?
Yeah, it's gonna be rough.
How do you avoid it? But look, they got a stage there. It's
so weird to see it in the Capitol.
It is. It really is. Up Pete Hegseth, our next Secretary of Defense. Doug Burgum, our next Secretary of the Interior, which I think is a great choice. So these are all the cabinet picks and the staff that's walking in. Doug Burgum, he's a good dude. He's a good governor. I think he's a good pick for the Interior. I think he understands. Oh.
I think we can't stream the...
Nope, we can't.
That's rough.